Elon Musk returns from an extended business trip, yearning to rekindle his bond with his son. Before bedtime, he tucks in X, who whispers a heartfelt plea, "I want to live with Maria, not because I don't love you, but because she listens. You're always leaving." These words stun Musk, and the steps he takes next will ripple through their lives. The private jet touched down at an airstrip outside Austin just as the sun dipped below the horizon. Musk scrolled through the last few emails on his phone as the wheels met the tarmac, the device's glow illuminating his weary face in the dim cabin light. The past 3 weeks had been a whirlwind: strategy sessions in Berlin for the new gigafactory, urgent consultations at SpaceX headquarters when a test rocket faltered, and high-stakes talks in Tokyo with potential battery manufacturing allies. Victories were secured, challenges overcome, progress made. Yet, as the plane taxied to a stop, a familiar hollow feeling crept in, a shadow that often shadowed his homecomings. Shifting from commanding boardrooms and engineering teams to engaging with his 5-year-old son X was always a jarring transition. Two distinct realms, two different dialects, two facets of his own identity. His driver awaited on the asphalt beside a sleek black Tesla. "Welcome back, sir," he said, opening the rear door. "Straight home?" "Yes," Musk replied, sliding into the back seat. "Any updates I should know?" "Nothing pressing, sir. The house is prepared for your return." Musk nodded, returning to his phone, 3 more emails to tackle. He'd need to reset his mind to step back into family life. 30 minutes later, the car approached the guarded gates of his estate, rolling up the long driveway. Lights glowed throughout the house, likely the work of his housekeeper ensuring perfection for his arrival, or perhaps Maria, X's nanny, keeping his son company before bed. Maria had been with them since X was 6 months old, initially hired as a temporary fix when the demands of X's mother's career intensified. Over time, she became a cornerstone of their household, dependable, warm, with an intuitive grasp of X that sometimes left Musk feeling both grateful and uncomfortably inadequate. As he neared, the front door swung open, revealing Maria Gonzalez. In her early 50s, with gentle eyes and hair tied in a practical bun, she stood in the doorway. "Good evening, Mr. Musk," she said with a soft accent. "Welcome home." "Thank you, Maria. How are things? How's X?" Her expression remained pleasant yet professional. "X is fine. He's in the playroom. I let him stay up a bit later since you wanted to see him tonight." "Good. Thanks." Musk set down his bag. "I'll go to him now." "Of course. I've prepared a light dinner for you both when you're ready," she offered. Musk moved through the spacious house, past modern furniture chosen for utility over coziness, guided by faint music from the playroom. Pausing at the threshold, he watched X unnoticed. The boy sat cross-legged on the floor, meticulously assembling a complex robot kit Musk had sent from Japan. Dark hair fell over X's forehead as he concentrated, his small fingers working with surprising dexterity for a 5-year-old. He hummed softly, lost in his task. A tightness gripped Musk's chest, a blend of pride, love, and a faint sense of being an outsider. Children change so fast at this age. Had X's face thinned in 3 weeks? Did he sit differently now? What new words had he learned that Musk hadn't yet heard? "Hey, buddy," Musk said, stepping inside. X looked up, his face briefly clouded before recognition dawned. "Dad," he exclaimed, but without the joyful leap Musk had hoped for. "Look what I'm doing, it's almost done." Musk crossed the room and knelt beside his son. "The robot from Tokyo, you figured it out." "Maria helped with the instructions," X said, focusing on fitting a piece into place. "But I built it myself." "Impressive. That kit's designed for kids twice your age." X shrugged, neither accepting nor dismissing the praise. "When did you get back?" "Just now. Came straight from the airport to see you." X kept working, fully absorbed. "Are you leaving again tomorrow?" The question stung more than it should have. No, I'm staying home for a while this time. X nodded but didn't look up. That's what you said last time. Musk winced inwardly but kept his face neutral. I know. Something unexpected came up. But I'll really try this time. Okay, X replied, his tone neither accusing nor trusting, just in that uncanny way children sometimes see through adult promises. How about we eat the dinner Maria made? Then maybe test your robot together. I already ate, X said. But you can watch me finish if you want. It wasn't the warm reunion Musk had envisioned during the flight. Still, he settled beside X on the floor, trying to bridge the gap 3 weeks had widened. Maria appeared in the doorway. X, it's late. Maybe finish the robot tomorrow. You and your dad can have some time alone now. Musk expected resistance, but X nodded. Okay, I was getting stuck anyway. Maria's gentle guidance contrasted with the cool reception Musk received, a difference he didn't miss. Dinner passed quietly. X pushed food around his plate despite claiming he'd eaten, offering short answers to questions about his weeks, stifling deeper conversation. How's school? Musk tried again. Fine. Still like the science center? Yeah. Maria mentioned you're reading new books. X's face briefly lit up. Maria tells me about constellations. We go outside on clear nights to find them. I can spot Orion, the Big Dipper, and Cassiopeia now. That's amazing, Musk said, glad to strike a chord. Astronomy was a favorite of mine as a kid. Maybe tomorrow night we can stargaze. I could show you the telescope in my office. X's expression brightened, then clouded. But you'll probably be busy. I won't. I promise. X shrugged, returning to his plate. After dinner, Musk oversaw X's bedtime routine, keenly aware it followed patterns Maria had set. X brushed his teeth without protest when reminded, changed into pajamas neatly laid out on the bed, and slipped under covers Maria had turned down. Want me to read you a story? Musk asked, eyeing the tidy stack of books on the nightstand. X hesitated. Maria usually reads 2 tales. Then I'll read 2, Musk said, keeping his tone light though he navigated unfamiliar routines like a minefield. Start with Conquering Space, X directed, pointing to the top book. Musk sat on the bed's edge and began. X listened silently, without the engagement Musk hoped for. After the second story, Musk leaned to kiss X's forehead. Good night, X. I'm glad to be home with you. X met his gaze with eyes that sometimes seemed too mature for his young face. Good night, Dad. Something felt off, beyond the usual adjustment after a long absence. As Musk dimmed the main light, leaving a star-shaped nightlight aglow, he paused. Everything okay, buddy? You've been quiet tonight. X was silent so long Musk thought he might feign sleep. Then his small voice cut through the dark. I want to live with Maria. Not because I don't love you, but because she listens. You're always leaving. The words hit Musk with physical force, as if gravity had spiked. His first instinct was to defend himself, explain his work's importance, remind X why he traveled, how it all served a better future for them both. But something held him back. Perhaps it was the raw, honest delivery. This wasn't a tantrum or manipulation, but a 5-year-old's genuine feeling. I see, Musk said carefully, steadying his voice. We need to talk about this. But for now, you should sleep. We'll discuss more tomorrow, okay? Okay, X said, turning onto his side. Musk quietly closed the door and stood in the hallway for long minutes, X's words echoing. She listens. You're always leaving. He headed to his office, thoughts racing. It's just a phase, he told himself. Kids say these things. X was adjusting after a long separation. Things would normalize in a few days. But a truer part of him recognized the truth in his son's words. When he was home, was he truly present? How often had he checked emails while with X, taken calls during meals, cancelled plans when crises arose? The house fell silent. As Musk sat alone in his office, Maria retreated to her private quarters in the East Wing, where she resided during the workweek before returning to her own home on weekends. Staff finished their evening duties and dispersed. On impulse, Musk accessed the home security system on his computer. The interface displayed door and window statuses, room temperatures, and offered video from house cameras. He rarely reviewed indoor footage, installed for security, not surveillance. But tonight, spurred by X's words, he scrolled through archived recordings from the past 3 weeks. At first, he wasn't sure what he sought. Yet, patterns emerged as he watched clips of X's daily life in his absence. Maria and X shared breakfast each morning. She asked questions and listened intently to his responses. She assisted with homework, not just supervising but engaging, encouraging. They tended small pots in the garden together. Maria read bedtime stories with animated voices for characters. But what struck Musk most was a recurring scene on X's bedroom recordings. After stories, with lights dimmed, Maria sat on X's bed and asked, "What shall we tell Dad about today?" X shared discoveries, questions, worries, or triumphs. Maria listened closely, occasionally posing gentle questions, always treating X's thoughts with seriousness. "I'll make sure he knows," she promised, kissing X goodnight. Musk checked his messages, his email. He found no daily updates from Maria beyond practical details, schedules, health, key events she regularly sent. Whatever X shared in those bedtime talks, Maria kept private. He watched more footage, captivated yet uneasy. There was X throwing a tantrum over refusing shoes. Maria weathered it, hugged him when it passed, then calmly returned to the task. X showed Maria a drawing, his face beaming with pride. She studied it with genuine interest, asking about details, praising specifics. X cried over dropped ice cream. Maria acknowledged his disappointment without rushing to fix it or dismiss it. At 3 a.m., Musk shut down the computer, his mind flooded with images of his son's life, mostly lived without him. Shaped by a woman who seemed to instinctively know X's needs in every moment. He'd hired Maria for physical care, schedule adherence, environmental stability, not this. Not these relationships. Not this bond. Musk barely slept. The next morning, descending for breakfast, Maria was already there, helping X with his cereal bowl. "Good morning, Mr. Musk," she said. "Coffee's ready." "Good morning, Dad," X replied, more lively than the night before. "Maria says we can finish my robot this morning before school." "Sounds fun," Musk said, pouring coffee. "Mind if I help?" X's surprise turned to delight. "Really? Don't you have meetings?" "I cleared my morning," Musk said, stretching the truth. He'd need to reschedule calls, but nothing urgent. "I'd love to see that robot in action." Maria smiled faintly. "Then I'll leave you to it. X needs to be at school in 45 minutes. Assembling the robot went better than dinner. X proudly demonstrated his skills, explaining mechanisms with remarkable clarity for his age. Musk was genuinely impressed by his son's grasp, not just as a proud father but as someone recognizing true potential. After X left for school with his regular driver, Musk found Maria in the kitchen preparing meals for later. "Got a moment, Maria?" he asked. "Of course, Mr. Musk. Please, sit." She wiped her hands on a towel and took a seat across from him at the kitchen island, her expression attentive yet neutral. "Last night, X said something I can't stop thinking about," Musk began. "He wants to live with you because you listen, and I'm always leaving." Maria's face softened with concern. Children say a lot when adjusting after a parent's absence. "I wouldn't take it to heart." "No," Musk interrupted. "I think he meant it, and I think he's right." Maria smiled gently. "I see what I've missed," he continued. "You ask him every night what he wants to tell me about his day, but you never sent those messages. Maria met his gaze. Those weren't messages to pass along, Mr. Musk. They were X processing his day, his thoughts about you. Personal things meant for him. If he wanted you to know, he'd tell you himself when you're back. I've seen how you are with him, Musk pressed on. How you truly listen. How you're present, even when he's struggling or upset. Maria nodded silently. Why didn't you tell me? About the depth of what you do with him? Now Maria looked genuinely puzzled. Tell you what? That you're not just overseeing him, you're raising him. The words hurt to say aloud, but Musk pushed forward. You're doing what I should be. Understanding flickered in Maria's eyes. Mr. Musk, I was hired to care for X. That's what I do. I'm not trying to replace you, but I suppose I have. Musk said it without accusation, just honesty. Not intentionally, but effectively. When he's hurt, happy, curious, or scared, he turns to you. Not me. Children need consistency, Maria said softly. I'm here every day. That's the only difference. The difference isn't that you're here, but how you're here, Musk replied, running a hand through his hair, trying to articulate what hours of footage revealed. You really see him. You're fully present in a way I don't know how to be. Maria paused, then sighed quietly. May I speak frankly, Mr. Musk? Please. You're a brilliant visionary, solving problems no one else can. But raising a child isn't a problem to solve. It's a relationship to build. And relationships need time, regular, consistent time. Her words hit hard. Musk nodded for her to continue. X doesn't need a perfect father, he needs a real one. He needs to know that even if you're away for work, you'll always return. That when you're here, you're truly here, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally present. Musk thought of how often he'd been physically near X yet mentally absent, checking emails or taking calls during their limited time. How do I fix this? He asked finally. Maria's warm, genuine smile broke through her professionalism. You've started by recognizing it. The rest is simple but not easy. Carve out unbreakable time for X. No cancellations except true emergencies. When you're with him, be fully with him, no phones, no distractions. When you must leave, say goodbye properly. Help him understand when you'll return. Keep your promises to call and come back. That's the foundation. The rest you'll learn as you go. She nodded slowly. Will you help me? Not just filling the gap, but teaching me to close it myself. Of course, Mr. Musk. It'd be my honor. Over the next weeks, Musk made changes, not grand gestures, but small, steady adjustments that gradually shifted his dynamic with X. He established a morning routine, personally helping X prepare for school, observing how Maria navigated the unpredictable moods and preferences of a 5-year-old, learning her methods. Each evening, he reserved sacred, uninterrupted time with X before bed, no phones, no distractions, just focus on what X wanted to share or do. He started a notebook, jotting down X's questions, observations, stories, ensuring he could recall and follow up, showing his son his words mattered. When a star-based trip to Texas became unavoidable, Musk prepared X days in advance, marking his return date on a calendar they created together. He made nightly video calls at the same time, giving X his full attention, no multitasking or interruptions. It wasn't always smooth. Plans canceled due to real emergencies, distractions crept in, old habits resurfaced under pressure. But Musk tackled these setbacks with the same resolve he applied to technical challenges, learning from missteps and testing new approaches. Maria remained a steady support, subtly stepping back when Musk was home, giving him space to take the lead with X while offering quiet guidance when needed. 3 months after X's initial confession, Musk sat on his son's bed for their established bedtime routine. They read the usual 2 stories, but tonight X requested a third, a privilege reserved for special occasions per Maria's schedule. Why's tonight special? Musk asked, finishing the third book. X met his gaze, his face serious. Because I wanted to tell you something. I'm listening, Musk said, setting the book aside, giving X his full focus. I don't want to live with Maria anymore. I want to stay with you. Emotion caught in Musk's throat. Why the change? What made you decide? You don't look at your phone when I talk. And you remember what I say. And you come back when you say you will. The simplicity was humbling. These basic acts of attentiveness and reliability, taken for granted by most parents, transformed his bond with X. I'm glad, Musk said. I like having you live with me. X nodded solemnly. Maria can stay. She makes better pancakes than you. Musk laughed. True. As he turned off the light to leave, X's voice broke the darkness. Dad? Yes, buddy. I missed you before. Even when you were here. The honesty hit Musk with the same force as X's first statement, but now with a bittersweet awareness of what was lost and regained. I missed you too, Musk replied. Even if I didn't realize it then. The next day, after X left for school, Musk invited Maria to his office. Last night, he told me he doesn't want to live with you anymore. He wants to stay with me. Maria beamed. That's wonderful news, Mr. Musk. It's thanks to you, Musk continued. Not just for caring for him all this time, but for teaching me to be the father he needs. You did the work, Maria said simply. I just showed you where to start. I'd like to discuss your role going forward, Musk said. You're still needed, by X, by me, but I think we could adjust things. Maria nodded, waiting. I'd like you to help me keep learning, like a parenting coach, while continuing the care and stability X relies on when I'm away. It'd be my honor, Maria said. But may I suggest something? Of course. Don't try to replace what X and I have built. There's room in his heart for us both, in different ways. Children need a village, as they say. The goal isn't for you to be everything to him, but to have your own irreplaceable bond. Musk considered this. That makes sense. I'm not competing with you. I just want to matter to him, despite my time demands. You already do, Maria assured. You're his father. No one else can be that. That evening, X rushed to Musk as he entered, not with the hesitant greeting of months past, but an eager hug around Musk's legs. Dad, we learned about Mars today. I told everyone my dad's building a city there. Musk lifted X, amazed at how such a simple act filled him with deep joy. Really? What did your teacher say? She said it's hard and might not happen. But I said you always do hard things. Musk noticed Maria watching from the doorway, her smile a quiet endorsement before she slipped away, leaving father and son to talk. She's right, it's hard, Musk said, carrying X to the kitchen. But so are you. Sometimes hard things are worth doing, even when others doubt. Like learning to be a good dad, even when I'm so busy. This concludes our narrative journey. I trust you found this gripping saga of intrigue, cutting-edge innovation, and astonishing discoveries captivating. From where are you tuning in today? I'm curious to learn which corner of the globe this tale has touched. If this escapade held your interest, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for a steady stream of compelling, mind-expanding stories just like this one. Fresh material is posted frequently, ensuring you're always in the loop for the newest spellbinding adventures. Be sure to pass this video along to your loved ones and friends. It's a great way to share positivity and insight while expanding our circle of story enthusiasts. Your encouragement is invaluable. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to welcoming you back for the next tale.